What's up everybody, it's Lids, and we're back for some more Hades 2 Early Access Edition, and last time we were going into the underworld and trying out the new rival Cerberus fight, and if you haven't seen it, then definitely check that out, because, spoiler alert, it was pretty cool. I enjoyed it, and we did make it through all the way to the end, and that means we are getting, maybe, close to however many wins we need in the underworld in order to get some sort of major plot progression, if that's even possible at this stage in the game. Might need to wait for full release, but that is why I think we might go down one more time, or at least try to get one more successful run. I know the bonus weapon is the staff, but it does feel like we had used that fairly recently and didn't have the best of experiences with the hidden aspect there. So maybe instead we'll go with the skull and use the hidden aspect for that, which I really liked. In fact, it is extremely expensive to upgrade it again. It's 3 nightmare, but at the same time, I'm really tempted to do it because I think it's a lot of fun, and I think that would be pretty sweet. So you know what? We're doing it. We're doing it. So now it is maxed out, and I think that one, it turns this into a machine gun, right? You have to do this first. Then once you do, you can do that. For a little bit, at least. So, the plan is, in that case, charge special and base attack, which is usually what we would go for with this skull, which is one of the reasons why I like this setup so much to begin with. Also, it's been a while since we last checked out our Arcana cards. I feel like I do like what we have going on right now, but we could upgrade the one that gives us the rerolls, and this is something that it's easy to overlook when you don't have it, but once you do, you start to get used to it, and then you realize, yeah, it is quite nice being able to reroll a boon or two that you don't like. So getting one more of those. The golden apples, we have had some trouble getting those, because although it's only the second boss that you need to defeat on the service to get those items, that is Eris, and we have typically had a lot of trouble taking her out. I'm gonna do it, though. I'm gonna do it. So now we have 3 rerolls, so we can be a little more aggressive on that front. That's good, because oftentimes we're searching for a specific boon early on, and we're hesitant to use those rerolls early, but now we can do that, and then maybe still have one saved for near the end of the run when we're just fishing for one more good thing before we go into, say, the final boss of the run. So, okay, I think we're good on that front. Let's just double check.
Which one?
Here, okay, gold purse is fine. Also have been using a lot of Golly as of late, who I have liked defensively. Another case where I haven't really thought about it that much, but I imagine she has saved us from taking a fair bit of damage, and so that has perhaps at times been the difference between us proceeding and not proceeding, or having to use a Death Defiance and not having to use a Death Defiance, and that stuff can always be pretty impactful. And when it comes to the bonus boss on this weapon, it would be Hecate. We only need 4 fear. Admittedly, I don't really understand how the game decides how much fear you need to get on a specific weapon, because right now we only need 4 to get the bonus from the skull, but it says we would have needed 10 if we were to go with the staff. There's no way we've done a 10 fear or even 8 fear staff run before. So it feels like our success with another weapon is punishing future staff runs, at least at the moment. Who knows, maybe next time that'll shuffle around, but it's just not really clear how that actually gets decided, which one costs how much fear to get the bonus for it. It does mean that in this case, we are over-feared, so we don't need to have a rival Cerberus. In fact, we may not even need to have a rival Scylla. This would get us a little bit short of the target, but we could go back to doing things like adding enemy life or shields, or maybe one of both, and that would get us there. I mean, the nice thing about the rivals is once you're done defeating whatever rival or rivals you have lined up, then for the rest of the run, you may not have any other fear effects still in play. So, for example, in this case, we make it past Hecate, and then, even though this is a lower fear run than we had last time, technically, Kronos is stronger than he would have been in our previous run, because we only had the rival stuff last time. I'm just a little wary of setting up a rival Scylla, because turns out that's maybe a little more challenging than we had originally thought. We could maybe still do it, though. Alright, fine. rival skill it is. Technically, this is a little bit over-feared as well, but not to a crazy extent. So, okay, I think we are good here. Don't think we need anything else. So let's hop on down.
Farewell, everyone.
So yeah, main thing we're looking for here is, simply put, to succeed. Now, granted, in the past, when we have approached runs like this, they've typically backfired. Oddly enough, when we try to go no nonsense, it doesn't fare very well for us. But the hammer at the beginning is quite nice. Let's see, specials have plus 30 power, and we take less damage while using them. Remember, charge special and attack. Those are the things we're really looking for here. Specials fly faster and deal plus 15% damage for each foe struck. Attacks shoot 25% farther and deal 25% extra damage. I feel like this... The special is mostly setup. The attack is the main damage dealer. So I think this might be better for us. Also, the icons are such that there are some hammer upgrades that you can only get with the hidden aspect. These both might be among them, whereas that looks like a generic hammer upgrade. So let's take this. I do think that could be good. Yeah, that is pretty insane range. And yes, it is already extremely powerful. Okay. So if we could get a really nice attack boon, that would be very useful. And then, with a lot of damage on it, then some sort of support-like boons on our special and or cast would be nice as well. Of course, our classic combo, well, that wasn't even supposed to be our primary source of damage, and yet the special almost cleared everything out for us. We could use some extra palms as well. Usually our combo has been Aphrodite or some other big damage boosting boon for our attack or whatever skill we're using for the primary source of damage, and then Demeter with the freeze has been our go-to on the support related stuff. Poseidon is a little bit interesting. He doesn't typically do percentage-based boosts. He does flat damage boosts, which for a fast attack could be good. The other thing he does is knockback, which gives you some crowd control. I don't know how I have mixed feelings about setting a Poseidon precedent here. Otherwise, you go life, which obviously is safe. I think I am gonna do this. Technically speaking, lower value, so to speak. Oh, I have to wait for this to come back before I can do the charge special. Then we do this. And I also totally thought that charge special returning to us was one of our enemy's attacks. Does the cast break? No, the cast does not break. Okay. So like Aphrodite, for example, has typically been our go-to for maximizing damage, because she does have the highest percentage-based damage boosts. She does have a flat damage boost as well. Oh, hold on. Who's next? Oh, you're next. Oh, okay, that is a bit of a problem. So yeah, magic or magic restoration may very well prove to be very useful for us. Let's see what we get here.
How wonderful you've seen our mountain now firsthand. Though, what a mortifying time to receive guests. We've been preoccupied receiving enemies.
It's true. Oh, so this would be exactly what we're looking for. The problem is that it's common rarity. In fact, I'm a little surprised to see that everything is common rarity here. That seems a little bit odd. We did just make it so that we can get more rerolls, 3 total over this run. Do we reroll and just try to get this, but higher rarity? We were a little spoiled in the previous run. We had a bunch of ways to get extra rarity on our boons, so everything was higher than common eventually. Maybe I'm a little bit spoiled, but I feel like we can try again. Okay. That is a little tempting, because that damage is huge, but I think our special is not going to consistently hit enemies at point-blank range. So I think we do go for this, although I am now realizing in hindsight we could have potentially deliberately kept the common rarity attack boon and then used the Narcissus keepsake on one of the floors, and potentially, if we timed it right, guaranteed an upgrade up to an even higher rarity than this. So that's not really something we've made a proactive plan of doing in the past, but in hindsight, that may have actually been the most effective strategy. Okay, so this would give us a tiny bit more health. This would just give us more resources that are usable, because Ash is not terribly meaningful at this stage. We did not take the bonus bones weapon, so you know what? I am going to do this, just so we get a little bit of bones from this run. Uh-oh.
Got the blade of the underworld. Won't be needing your help here. Thanks.
Alright. We competing? We are competing.
Come on then.
Come on then. Oh, that was a silly block that I had to use there. Alright. Can really only do that once. How did she beat me?
I won, so give it up.
Excuse me? No way. I mean, blowing through our one-time charge special at the very beginning may have not been ideal, given how long the encounter was, relatively speaking, given how slowly they spawned in. Maybe that's just a bit of a reality check for us that, yes, we do need more magic. That's pretty important, or some way to restore magic.
Lucky you.
I guess that gives us a tiny bit, but that's not really what I had in mind there.
Tell me something, and don't you dare mock me or you'll regret it. How do I get into Tartarus? Managed to make it through the fields, then hit a dead end. Kept hitting it.
Okay, now it is awfully tempting to mock her, given how much attitude she has given us when we have had, as we now see, far more success than she has had. But we'll be the better person here. We will not mock her.
Tartarus is sealed off. The only reason I'm able to get in is because not even Kronos can take away my birthright and divine authority over the place.
Oh.
Although, if not for Headmistress, I wouldn't have known how to use it.
I'm not sure I realized that was how that worked.
No help at all. Forget I even asked. Got to be some other way inside, and if not, just have to make one, I guess. For now, enjoy the lack of competition while you can.
Okay. I do see this.
Go on.
Let me show you the way.
I was also eyeing that room that she took, which seems to always be the case. She always takes the better room. It was a mini-boss for Aphrodite, which, had we not changed things around to get the slightly higher rarity attack boon, maybe that would have been a little more meaningful. Now we've kind of already gotten the big thing at least we wanted from Aphrodite, but the more I think about it, the more it seems like, you know, maybe this is kind of just this awkward in-between where it's not really a high enough rarity to be great. And if it was even lower, as I said, we could have upgraded it through some more unconventional means to make it really good. So it's going to be Hephaestus here. It's not going to be the attack. Oh, it's this guy who we saw for the first time last time, I think. I am going to do this. I think. And we can just barely afford to do one other charge special. Which I will... Oh. Never mind. Can I cancel out of it? Nope, stop that. He can do a lot of damage very quickly. We can too, but we did take some hits in the process, and we did blow through all of our blocks, which is a little unfortunate.
Can't guarantee a weapon worthy of the gods is going to be enough for you to see this through. But I can guarantee you're getting the very best.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this would be a potential source of magic restoration, although not sure I'm all that keen on relying on taking damage to make that happen. Each location, we can basically take 15 damage, or we deal a fair bit more damage with attacks and specials against armor. I've typically not been the biggest fan of bonus damage to armor since many enemies don't have it. Of course, those that do tend to be much stronger. So, not loving the alternatives here. Is it worth going for it for that reason? I guess, yeah, we don't want to be priming 30 magic at this stage. If nothing else, that's the reason. Arachne.
All yours, Golly.
Found it.
Good job.
Warp and weft, warp and weft. Put it up and fold.
Yeah, we actually do get a little bit of gold out of that. Okay.
Dye the silk
Not like that's a
and load.
game-changing amount, but it is something.
Spin, spinning goes the thread.
It is a little hard to hit the little ones.
Put it up and
Can we
fold
destroy
it.
these? No, we can't. Or we can destroy these? I don't know. Oh, we can. Yeah. As I said, it's just aiming them is a little tough. And it might really only be the big ones that ever spawn actual enemies that have a chance to drop something. Yeah, we're just gonna leave that one. Also, meanwhile, Arachne is just chilling here like, excuse me? What are you doing? I made those, thank you very much.
You must be famished. Might I interest you in a little sustenance? And I do mean little. I have a fresh batch here if you'd like to try them.
Huh?
Oh, no thank you, Arachne. I have no appetite at all. And I'm not much for eating animals, even insects. Although I'm certain your flies are very delicious.
Ah, yes. I would rather not.
They are. A touch of an acquired taste, I know. But I got used to them much faster than just about any other aspect of this life. Oh well, your loss, I'm sure.
That's really okay. Okay. We channel 40% faster with our charge special. That is nice. Grant 5 extra gold whenever we exit a location. Okay, so if we had realized that we were getting Arachne in the next room, we might have had reason to take the extra armor from Hephaestus. If we do see Hephaestus later on, that may potentially still give us a way to more easily sustain this bonus. Honestly, this might be the best, to tell you the truth. Even more so than this one. Because it's not like we're doing a bunch of channels, we kind of just do it once at the very beginning. Now, potentially twice. This could make it 3 times, or perhaps even more.
Right away.
Is this the... This is not the penultimate room. We do have enough gold to purchase here and then also purchase at the next shop, but we'd be probably a little bit low on monies by the time we get to the next floor. How do we feel about that? I guess that's still okay.
Until we meet again. Lord Charon set up shop.
Ooh. Well, I was gonna say this is maybe not the best selection of items for us. Then again, more armor, making it easier for us to sustain that Arachne bonus. More magic, making it easier for us to spam our charge special. And then, of course, who knows what this is going to be, but it could end up being the best of this set of things. Why don't we start with this?
My regards.
Oh,
You need not be surprised to find me thus. Our family often takes a more direct approach, but I'm not above skulking in shadows. I rather quite enjoy it.
he actually does have shadows below him, which I'm now realizing for the first time. It's been a while since we last saw Ares. This might be the first time we've seen him at the shop. Now, he is, kind of similarly to Hephaestus, someone who tends to give more slow, big bursts of damage, which would make me think he's not really someone we want to be focusing on for our attack. We do, again, already have an attack boon. But our special, maybe our cast. Although, I feel like we are looking more for utility, crowd control related things, at least with the cast. Not so much direct damage, and he is really direct damage, at least at the moment. Chance to deal 200% damage that increases the less life we have. Charge moves also cause Falling Blade to appear over each foe struck, but it uses more magic. This might be worth doing. Yes, it's going to make it harder to sustain the magic, but we did get the extra magic restoration, which we can now sustain a little more easily, and hopefully for longer with that armor, and then
Clarity.
get the extra magic there as well. Maybe that kind of makes up for it. This is a harder decision than you might think. 2 boons in 1 room is almost always the most rewarding, albeit something that does come at risk of taking significant damage. But Selene, we do not yet have a Hex, we do not yet have a Moonbeam to improve that Hex, but that is so often such a critical component to the success of our run that I don't like turning Selene down, but I think I will still do this. Okay. Mini shop, which we're probably going to have to say no to, given how we just spent aggressively. And we know there's going to be another shop. Well, we could always take the free item at the end in the penultimate room instead of going to the shop, assuming that is still an option. And then who knows what that's going to be, but that potentially could give us a way to get more monies later on as well. I remember making Aphrodite mad. I'm pretty sure does create heat-seeking hearts that deal damage. Hephaestus, I think, just creates circles that deal damage on the ground, if I remember correctly. So, in terms of the risks of both of them, not really sure that either one is more dangerous than the other. Maybe we make... let's go Aphrodite. We'll make Hephaestus mad.
How lovely.
Okay. This would be very nice for us. This is the flat damage boost that I think I was mentioning briefly before. Does start to mean we are messing a lot with our magic, which does make me a little bit nervous, because we do need some.
For myself, I'll never hear the end of it. So best ready for the sparks to fly a bit.
Okay. These encounters also tend to be longer.
Cheers.
I don't even know what that was. What? It just, that was his attack? Even though I seemingly moved out of it almost immediately? Wow, it hits extremely quickly. That is alarming. That too. I was immediately running out of it. Okay. What is... Did you see that? I was telling the game to run in the opposite direction, and it insisted on sprinting straight in the other direction. That is shocking. I think it was because I was in the process of attacking, and the game basically said, well, I'm going to lock onto this enemy, and you're going to hit it no matter what. That was really bad. I mean, the consequences, we lost armor, which means we're going to break through this Arachne bonus more quickly, which is a bonus, but we would like to sustain it as long as possible. So from that standpoint, okay, not a huge deal, but it was like crazy how much it just completely reversed what I just told it to do. So it was just striking.
Some work you did. Oh, looks like you could use some patching up.
Okay, let's see. Always near you after you dash. You can deal 200 damage. 10-second cooldown. Cast deal damage 3 times in succession. I thought that damage was higher. I mean, I guess it hits 3 times, so that's in total still a pretty big burst of damage. We might do this because, yeah, the special is slower. We're not going to use, or at least we're not going to be spamming it as often as we're going to be spamming our attack. So this makes a little more sense to go with a big, slow burst of damage type of boon. I think we can take that. Again, probably would have preferred for the rarity to be a little bit better than that, but oh well. Life restoration, magic restoration, bones. I think we're passing on all those things. What is this? If it's gold, it is. That is kind of tempting. I'm going to do it.
By my father's name.
We might lose our armor here. If so, that would be quite unfortunate, but I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, that was very fast. That's what I was hoping was going to happen for the Nemesis fight, and yet it didn't. Okay, so now that does help to make up a bit for some of the extra gold that we had spent. And now here, usually I would probably say palm, but the magic is really important. At the moment, while we have the armor, we are okay on magic, but as soon as that armor goes away and we don't have much left, then magic suddenly becomes a pretty big priority. So a long term, I think this is still better.
Lost souls, I'll
Oh.
lead you to your graves.
And this is a... Oh, I hate these enemies. This is not a great time for chaos. Not a great time for chaos. Because the boss fight is coming up pretty soon here. I have another one of those in me. I'm not sure if I did. I don't think that was fully charged. There we go. There we go. Okay. It worked. Because, yeah, I was eyeing chance to upgrade our attack boon, I think, would be really helpful here. And then these rooms, I mean, sure, we could use a nectar, but that's not going to help us at all on this run. This will cause us to take damage. I think this ignores armor, right? I think it goes straight to life. The problem is that this is almost the last room before the boss fight, so we, without a doubt, will have the negative effect still active by the time we're going into the Hecate fight. So we need to be very mindful of that, and you could justify just skipping this altogether for that reason, but gonna take the risk. Short-term sacrifice, hopefully a long-term gain. A little bit of gold as well. Oh, a little bit extra resources as well. Okay. It's useful, but what about this?
Spawn of Hades, for I am everywhere, particularly where the darkness coalesces into seeming nothingness. Perhaps we shall see each other again when you are closer to your goal.
Oh? Do you mean on this run? Closer to defeating Kronos, and maybe you'll give us some important information? Because once upon a time I was theorizing that it would be Chaos who would give us the answer for how to ultimately defeat Kronos. Now again, that is something that I would think would only happen once we have the full release, but I don't know. Next 4 encounters, whenever you take damage, you are stunned for a second. Afterward, we move and sprint 20% faster, so we have to think a lot about the downside, given how this is going to be active for the Hecate fight, and probably a little bit longer than that as well. Whenever we use magic, prime it until the next location. Afterward, we do use less magic. Oh man, that's probably the best long-term. This is just... we can't do this at all. And make it past Hecate, we would kill ourselves with our with this. If we used our charge special and then did our machine gun attack, we would die instantly. I would be kind of curious just to see how quickly it would happen for science, but we probably shouldn't. The upside actually is really good, but this can be really punishing, but it might be what we have to go for, because this means we are very limited in how we use our charge special, which is very important for our setup here with our aspect. So this we just need to play very defensively, very cautiously, and then afterward, sprinting 20% faster is very nice defensively. It doesn't feel like as much of a game changer as some of these other ones. We could even reroll here. We did already use 1 reroll, but we have 2 remaining. So it's not that ridiculous, but I think we're still gonna give this a shot. And yeah, this is gonna be the penultimate room here. We only have the choice of going into the shop. Fortunately, we did pick up a little bit of extra gold, so we should still be able to do some things here.
Go for it, Golly.
Something else here as well. Ooh, okay. And this is Rival Hecate. So this is not even a normal Hecate fight. We could afford both of these. I'm thinking we probably skip Bones. I think we do this first, and probably again, we're looking for the Flutter Strike upgrade. And we do see it. Okay. So, we do this, and I don't know, is that basically how powerful it would have been had this been epic rarity from the onset? Level 3 rare might be more or less the same as level 1 epic. Don't quote me on that. I'm just theorizing. I don't remember. I do not have the numbers written down. We'll take this too. Oh. No. Not for a quick attack like what we have. I don't think we want this. If it were the other way around, we were starting with Ares and then upgrading into a higher rarity Aphrodite, you have my attention. But Not now. Ooh. Ooh, I like this a lot. Magic restoration. So then we got the armor. It sustained us for a little while. Sustained our magic. And carried us over until we got the actual long-term magic solution, which is that right there. Okay, so we did not progress the Chaos Boon at all on this room, of course. So, as I was just saying, it is very active here. So we need to be very careful, because getting stunned means we could get hit multiple times in a row and take a bunch of damage.
The Testament of Night requires my defeat specifically.
Oh, that is true.
So? The Titan Lord can wait. The key to making the nocturnal arms more powerful stands right in front of you.
Kind of forgot about that.
You know much more about the Oath of the Unseen than I had, Mistress. So why don't you tell me what it desires?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just did. Perhaps when you come to be my age, you too shall find a new connection to the Oath. For now, come earn the nightmare that you seek.
We did also spend 3 Nightmare to upgrade this aspect one more time, so getting 1 back wouldn't be all that bad. This, and then you shoot a bunch of... Oh, that's us. Oh, that's what I was waiting for. I'm surprised it took you that long to do it. Nope, don't do that. I was trying to charge up this charge special.
Into the fray, sisters.
Oh. Did she phase? Oh, she did. I didn't even realize that because it happened so quickly. Wow. And this is also not usually the way that it looks when she does phase. Oh, I got stuck in the corner. Where are they? Excuse me. They do heat seek, in case that wasn't obvious. The blue ones that Hecate is creating at least do. Purple ones, pinkish purple ones that the ad here is creating, those do not. But okay, hold on. Real Hecate. Is the car one? No, it is not. She's doing that, and then she's gonna shoot the projectiles usually. Yeah, those. That's not the right one! No! What a fool I was. That does do some pretty serious damage. Not sure which one is her. We'll just take this as an opportunity to restore a little bit of the magics. Oh, okay, she phased. So we are cursed. We are a rat. Woo, hello. I'm not sure why we resisted. Oh, we get a few resistances in the boss fight. Can we transform again? Thank you. It's mostly just to set this up. Yeah, this phase is different. The immunity phase for her. She usually does not do these sorts of projectiles. She usually does the sort of beam. Did we get rid of all of them? I think it was the charge special that did it, so. I'm not sure that we really need to be all that keen on aiming that directly at her. I mean, because the real one was over there, so definitely was not aimed well, but it does move around a lot. I think that's her. Or no, that's her. I lied. There we go. No damage taken. Used a resist, but you know, that doesn't count.
Yes.
Alright. Nightmare required. Take this as well. So at least a slight refund on the very high amount of Nightmare that we spent on this run. But it was worth it, okay? I like this weapon aspect a lot. No showing from our pal here. Don't need the healing. Let's check here. Don't need that healing. Don't really need any of these things, to be honest. But here... So this is what I was referring to before. In hindsight, it could have been really smart to deliberately take a common rarity Aphrodite attack boon and then use this. If we had only one common boon, then it would be guaranteed to hit that, and then we'd have a guaranteed epic, or, you know, if this levels up, I think guaranteed heroic Aphrodite attack boon, and if you could do that, then that is pretty incredible. So it doesn't really work anymore, because it only applies to common boons. And we don't have any of those right now, so that's not the answer. We did pass on Selene before, which, as I said, I don't like to do, because in general, investing heavily in the hexes can be a really big difference maker. So I think maybe we take this, we cross our fingers that we still see Selene, and then we immediately get some big value from that moonbeam. Otherwise, I mean, otherwise it could have been this on this floor. Remember, this will be the rival Skillifite, which is not a easy encounter. So having some things that give us benefits in the short term, it's not a bad thing to do. And the moonbeam does sort of qualify, both short and long term benefits there. And that is one of the reasons why it is one of my favorite keepsakes. Okay. So, remember, still waiting for the Chaos Boon to evolve, and we still have quite a ways before it does at that. This, I think, is typically a very small, crowded room. Not the kind that I was expecting, but that was true.
Well,
Please blow up on them, but don't hit me. Thank you. Okay, one moment. Yeah, it's a little bit of a squeeze. A little bit of a tight squeeze. Okay. So now this is where the game just insists on giving us only meta rewards, things that are useful at the crossroads, but not on this current run. I have, at least on one occasion, deliberately taken bones for that reason. It does give us magic. It does give us magic, which isn't a huge deal when we have this armor on, but we will lose it eventually. So it's either, yeah, we'll take it. Otherwise, it would have been a little bit of health, which it usually would be to go to.
you dare.
Oh, I got stuck. Stop that. Oh, it stunned me! That is the thing that stunned me. Oh, dear. I mean, technically, the damage wasn't that big. I guess it wasn't a huge deal, although, obviously, it meant that I just continuously took damage from it, which wasn't great. So that was the Chaos Boon, in case that wasn't obvious. Freezing me in place such that I had no choice but to take those hits. Okay. So, well, it means we lost some of our armor. We do still just barely have some. Honestly, at this point, I think the armor has already lasted longer than I expected, so, you know, we'll take that. Oh, this is tough. Okay, I think I skipped Narcissus on the previous run, and may have even skipped him on the run before that as well, but as I said, with Moonbeam right now especially, we can't say no to Selene. We've already turned her down once, and that's not good. That is potential hex upgrades we're leaving on the table. Not something I like to do. Oop.
Spells again. My Chaos Boon just changed.
Oh, okay. Thankfully, Chaos Boon has now evolved. That is nice. Now we do this.
I draw you down, O Moon. Lend
See
me
what we
your
get.
light.
You have gone far since last we met, especially for someone with no steeds. Thus, I commend you, and may all of your future attempts in turn succeed.
Are you about to give us a horse or a Pegasus?
A goddess may cross
Okay.
your path.
This is a duo, and one that I don't believe have seen before. Usually, wait. Morph, is this the one that basically necromancies an enemy force, launches heat-seeking projectile that inflicts morph on up to 5 susceptible foes. I didn't remember it being 5 though. Which one is this exactly? Afflicted foes take 80 damage, then turn into harmless critters. Okay, so no. It's not... It's kind of similar. So it transforms them, but rather than making them an ally, it just makes them not too much of anything. This is obviously the duo. It's one that we don't often take, though. I'm not even sure what the duo would be with. This, of the ones we see, is the one that I take most often and would generally be most interested in. I don't remember if we've seen the duo for this before, but okay. We'll take this, because it's the duo. And then... Oh! Interesting. I didn't realize that's basically what Hecate does in the rival fight. Okay. Interesting. So, we have shop with just under 200 gold, and this would not be the final shop of the floor, so it would be pretty hard to do anything meaningful. We wouldn't be guaranteed to get everything here in this shop, and then even in the subsequent shop at the end, we very well may be a little bit pressed for coins. We might kind of need to do this mini-boss. Not sure that I love adding Zeus. That's another god that is typically sort of slow attacks. Well, he has some slow attacks with, what is it, Blitz is the name of his curse? But there are some chaining abilities that could still be helpful with our fast attacks. I'm not sure if we can still get those when we have this as our primary attack boom, but we'll give it a shot. There are some very difficult mini-bosses on this floor, including this one.
Have at you, King.
I did not remember him having a roar like that. That's terrifying. Okay, just trying to keep this armor on as long as possible so we can get our... Oh no! Our armor... Our magic restoration as long as possible, because that would be really helpful for stuff like this, but there goes the armor. Okay, but it served its purpose. It served its purpose.
Got you again, O King.
Okay. So no damage taken. Armor and the magic restoration from it is now gone, though.
Simply that you need to trudge across the border in between my brother's realms. Though if it's any consolation, those aquatic monstrosities you face are in for a real shock.
Alright, your casts. We don't have a cast boon yet. Otherwise, we get the dash boon. After you take damage, we get the revenge boon. These are all pretty bad. I mean, yes. This could add up to decent damage. It is obviously epic rarity. It's just that, as I said, I was kind of hoping to get some form of crowd control on our cast or special. And that is not what this does. So... Not thrilled. I'm you know, we could use a reroll here. But are we really... What are we expecting to gain from it, though? I don't know that there's really anything good, anything ideal, at least, that we could get from Zeus at this stage. So maybe we just take something that's not critically important, like a revenge boon from him. Oh. I would not have noticed that. More of the bones, and it's our only choice. Okay. The game was very offended by us not taking the bonus bones weapon, and is now absolutely insisting that we still find a way to get bones from this run. In fact, at this point, we may be getting more bones than we would have gotten if we had taken the bonus bones weapon. Oh, I got a little greedy there. I wanted the extra plasma. What can I say? Are we invulnerable in this phase? I honestly don't remember. Oh, we don't have the magic. And we don't have the magic restoration anymore. It's okay. Still getting the job done. Getting a little more magic now, but there you see. There is some significance to having magic and magic restoration, because that was what let us spam that charge special as often as we were spamming it. Would we really choose it over max life at this stage when we're about to go into a very tricky fight? I mean, this is our primary source of damage, relies on this. But I think it's the magic Wait, did we get a magic restoration boon? I thought we did. Oh, these also give us magic. I forgot that, because it gives us the strike speed. I was thinking about that primarily. Okay, so we do technically have some magic restoration. I think it's... This boon is probably, relative to other magic restoration boons, it might be lower in terms of how much it restores, but better in terms of the other effects, because it's pretty offensive. So... I mean, it's rival Skilla. I think we need the life. But... Oh, okay. One of these rooms. But you could make the case that the best defense is good offense. Oh. I mean, that does work. However, by doing this, we, I believe, get more gold? We're on 253 right now. And yeah, 269 now, so we are getting more gold, given how we are a little low on the monies. I do think it is worth doing this. And given how I'm now realizing there's a mini shop in here as well. Yeah, that guy didn't give us any gold, though. That's cool. Excuse me? I would like to hit that. Thank you. That guy also did not give us gold. Only the big enemies were giving us gold. The little guys weren't. That just had gold in it. Only a tiny amount, though. This one's definitely going to have an enemy, right? And I can just hit it. Oh, they are the armored version. Okay, don't blow those up. I think that's everyone, though. We'll nab this. See what we have here. Don't need that. This is pretty tempting, not gonna lie to you. And this is a little bit as well. They aren't that expensive, which is nice. Especially because, well, we should see the penultimate room shop, I think, after this room. So maybe we buy a little bit here. Would still make the case this is going to be better than gold here. With the gold we get just from defeating enemies, after we spend potentially 40 here, should be at least 250, right? So we'd be able to get a boon plus maybe one other item of significance. I think we're okay. It means we'll be pretty low when we get to the next floor, but we're kind of accepting the fact that that's going to be a reality we're going to have to face. But I think this, you know, giving us magic restoration when we were just losing our magic restoration, saying how important that was to us, that's going to be big for the Skilla fight. And then the dealing or receiving less damage against a difficult Skilla fight, also significant. This is a little challenging to pick here. I mean, Flutter Strike, upgrade, yes, diminishing returns. It's probably only a 10% damage boost, but potentially still the best option for us. And I would love to not have to spend any magic in here. Ideally, it's a little bit greedy, but that would mean that we don't waste any of our the item that we just purchased from the mini shop. I'm not sure this is going to be the last wave. You know, yeah, I know those were those were armored enemies, which means they were a little bit stronger than usual, but still. Oh, but even the base special is very nice. Oh, that was just the stagger. There's more of them. There we go. Okay.
What did I say?
No magic used, no damage taken, and we get the palm. No Flutter Strike. Higher chance of plasma dropping is tempting. I would prefer that over this. Totally forgot about this. Oh, that might be one of the reasons why our charge special has been, in some cases, just clearing out rooms as quickly as it has. I mean, it's 30 incremental damage, which is not a crazy amount. It's a decent percentage, but I feel like it's that base 120 is perhaps good enough, at least for now. Whereas this just proccing more times, especially over the course of a long fight like the Super Skilla, could really add up. So I think we prefer that. And then you... not especially keen on it. This will be the penultimate room. So, last shop, free palm, or free life. We have low enough gold that, I mean, we could probably still purchase almost everything, if not everything, from this shop. But it would, again, make us potentially broke or near broke going into the next floor. Whereas if we take one of these items for free, then we're in much better shape gold-wise for the next floor. So it's a little bit of a risk. I think we'll still go for it. Does depend a lot on what we see here. Okay, I think this was probably still worthwhile. So we could have gotten a free palm, yes, but a palm plus a boon. Obviously this is random. Let's take this first. We're gonna pass on the ashes, I think. Okay, yeah, Flutter Strike, it is now just a 10% damage boost, but I think we still do prefer that. Honestly, reducing the cooldown would be nice as well, especially because this can be a very crowded fight, and there is some area of effect for the Hephaestus slam effect on the special. So it's really nice to be able to just chuck that out. It heat seeks a little bit, and then you just run away and hit and run a bit. That way it's safer. Whereas this is more just simple, straightforward damage when you have windows to actually spam it, which may not always be the case. So this is a little bit safer, this is a little bit higher risk. For this fight, I actually think that's better. Long term, it might be more so that the attack boon would be better, but I'm planning around this fight, because this fight is tricky at the moment. More Hephaestus, though. This could be good. Oh, we don't yet have a cast. Okay, it would be nice to have something cast-wise whenever we enter a location. Prime more magic, but we start with 10 armor. We saw, I think, the rare version of this earlier, which gives 15. 10 is really hard to get excited about, especially when it costs us that much magic. I think we're taking one of these. Still would like to get some crowd control on our cast, which you could almost argue this does, because again, it has an area of effect when it hits, so, I mean, I guess most casts sort of do, but, so I do like having the option to just drop a cast, have it deal damage, and then run away while we're focusing on dodging projectiles, because there are a bazillion projectiles in this fight. It's kind of a similar idea with the dash as well. Definitely going to be doing a lot of that. This is higher rarity, though. You know what? We'll take this. Because I think there's more upside for casts from other gods or goddesses, whereas that dash boon, I do like this dash boon a lot. Okay. I guess we're ready. Yeah, we couldn't afford that even if we wanted it, just barely. Okay, so here comes Super Skilla.
Old song and dance.
The old song and dance.
Tonight, lady. Oh, we don't get turnouts like this every time, even if we really should. Though at our scale, we can't help but pick up some more casual fans.
Alright, so, as I was saying before, charging up, our magic is going to be the key issue here. Are we going to have enough to spam the charge special so that we can then follow up with our base attack for a big burst of damage? And if so, then that's great, especially in the second half when things get really crazy. But if we can pull that off, that'd be great. We do have that item from the shop, which I think could be really key here. Yes, Charybdis is here still. We know.
Not every shade here in the underworld can devote their every evening to attending your performances, Skilla. You don't even have that many songs.
Ouch.
How would you even know? We like to play our greatest hits, but we got plenty more. Ones you haven't heard of, probably, since you're our most casual fan of all.
I don't know about that. We've been seeing you quite a bit, Skilla.
Come on, everybody!
Oh, okay, that's not a great way to use one of our resistances. Okay, I tried to use that? Why is it not letting me use that? It's not letting me use our... There we go, this. I pressed that button like 5 times trying to get our Hex off, and it just did not do anything. I don't understand why that was the case. That was really strange. First, you don't go there, then yeah, she is going to want you there. And we're going to get knocked all over the place, because that's what happens in this fight. Okay, but now you're at least gone, which is very nice. Okay, we did not take the cast. We did take the dash. I think we're immune? I really should have double-checked if we were immune during that phase. That would have been very helpful information to have. Just trying to get the dash to proc. There we go. That was very close. Excuse me. That was close as well. So we have a finite amount of magic that we can restore from that shop item. I did not know how to dodge that because I knew it was going to break into multiple projectiles. Honestly, this might be a miss. Approach. Also, just pick up some of these. Well, while we're at it. Yeah, so we have a finite amount. Anytime there's a projectile that breaks into multiple projectiles on contact, I find is a little bit frustrating to deal with. It happens a lot with Typhon. I was talking about that before. But these two, I kind of think it's not a great design decision, because it makes it so that you can't really avoid the projectiles the way you would usually avoid projectiles, especially when there are a bazillion of them. That's just out of range? That was just out of range. You can get on the correct side of her, which we are not on right now, but you can actually sort of hit her in that phase of it. Okay, now she's gonna get what? I've never seen her do that before. I did not know she could do that. I thought she was phasing. That's new. Okay. Can she do that in the base fight? We also do the Hex. Like here. Do that. Okay. Then we prepare for an absolute nonsense over here. Please let me use it. Okay, there we go. Okay, yes, chaos ensued. I thought I got rid of the drummer. I didn't get rid of the drummer. I really thought I got rid of the drummer. Okay, now I have. Whoa, I did not even see you. I tried to dash through that and I just mistimed it. Okay, oh yeah, Jetty, the guitarist, is the featured artist right now. I forgot about that, so she's going a little crazy at the moment. That's actually not what I was aiming for. I'm trying to get rid of these guys, but you really don't want to aim at them, do you? What? He's still alive! How? Ooh, that was close. Oh, I honestly didn't see that first. This one has to be extremely close to going down. I'm stuck in this corner. How are you still... Okay, there we go. There we go. Somebody get shotgunning projectiles. Okay, Charybdis is down. That's big. This. You're down. Now we do this. No, don't do that. Okay, preparing for you to do your thing. Now we do this. Somehow you blocked that. I don't like that, but okay. We took you out. We took a lot of damage, but we did not use a Death Defiance. It got very close, but we do have some powerful tools here. Okay, we nab this, and then I really wish this was in a different location because we tried to interact with this last time, but accidentally went downstairs.
With such a rousing show abruptly ended all too soon, the shades there in attendance are left to wonder whether to await an encore or a refund.
Also, I'm only just realizing now that that backdrop there is of Scylla. I never looked up there in the past because, well, I was a little distracted by all the other things going on.
Passes on unrefundable, I think.
Okay, but I think technically speaking, that may have been our most successful Scylla fight, super Scylla fight thus far, because we had one other one that we completed with no Death Defiances, and we had the tiniest slivers of health remaining, and it's not like we have a lot of health now, but I think the one other time when we didn't use any Death Defiances, we had something like 4 remaining, and obviously we can heal a bit here. It's not going to get us up to full, of course, but now we did benefit from the Moonbeam. That means this floor is a little bit open-ended as to what we want. Sometimes we do throw that in. Do we have any common rarity? We could increase the rarity of the Dash Boon if we did that. Again, probably wouldn't be my top choice, but it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Otherwise, looking for things that not only help us on this floor, but also give us a long-term benefit, ideally. So that is kind of in select company for that reason. Otherwise, I think we only did the rival fight for Hecate and Scylla, right? Because anything else would have been way more fear than we needed. So we're, I believe, looking at base Cerberus, in which case maybe we don't need the knuckle bones as much as we benefited from them last time. They were helpful. I just don't know what we ought to take in that case. Already taken the key Aphrodite boon that we were looking for. We could... Hold on a second. We don't yet have a cast. So if we really wanted to, we could get the crowd control cast that I was saying I was waiting for. Or at least make it more likely by taking Demeter's keepsake and just waiting for that one to show up. It's pretty likely to show up at this point, so let's do it. Let's do it. We have a floor in which we have some flexibility. Excellent. With our keepsake, so I think we can go for that. We can't afford you, otherwise that would have been nice. Random item for the Well of Charon now. We can just barely afford this. I think we probably just save our money right now, and not that 48 is going to make a huge difference, but you never know. Maybe that is the difference between us being able to afford the next item at our next shop and not being able to do that. We'll heal a little bit. Just going from one room to the next. Where is the exit exactly? Do tell. Actually, though, that's the place where we get the preview. Oh, okay, hold on. Yes, but here, oh, this is beautiful. Love this. Selene, which we do have the Hex, but we did not get the chance to cash in the extra points from the Moonbeam yet. And then obviously Demeter is the person we took specifically for the sake
Corrupted shades
of
should be
getting
able
your
to
cast
revive that
boon
vow.
with the help of the Keepsake. Okay, so I think we want the small stuff first. Remember, Echo is potentially in play here. It feels like she never shows up in the second room. It's almost always a little bit after that, near the end of the floor. So I don't know if that's gonna happen this time round, but might as well keep our options open here. Plan for it just in case. I thought that our special was one of these guys doing their charge attack. Oh, you are still up! And the game has once again insisted on forcing me to dash in the opposite direction that I was telling it to do. It's happening! It has happened before. And in general, it has been very concerning on those occasions as well, but it's been very pronounced these times. Oh, you're gonna do that? Oh, it's still on cooldown. Darn it. The hammer. There it is. Let's pick up that plasma, por favor. Nope. Bad. Stop that. One moment. Don't remember if the plasma carries over. Ooh, I didn't even see you there. Don't remember if the plasma carries over in terms of, you know, this is technically not one of the main encounters yet. These would be. Like, does it even show how much plasma we have? It does. Is it going to reset the moment we activate one of these guys? I don't remember if that is a thing. Okay. So do we want the potential double Demeter or potential double Selene? Usually you might say double Demeter. I think I'm actually going to keep double Selene as a possibility here.
Hands.
Hold on. Might as well do this. Oh, hello. You're just hanging out there.
Enough.
Okay, so how much do we have here? It looks like it is stacking from one encounter to the next, because we now have 16.
The great and crafty Zeus is aiding you directly now? Then you truly must be one of our best remaining chances to thwart the Titan's plans. For Zeus is loath to ask for help, or offer it.
Now, usually when someone brings up one of the other gods or goddesses, that tends to mean they're about to offer a duo boon. I don't think that's the case here, because generally, with a duo boon, you need to already have at least one boon from each of the gods and goddesses in question. And we don't yet have anything from Demeter. Okay, this is what we're looking for. We can, and probably will, rarefy it. Oh, I'm looking at this. We're not really using charge attack. It's base attack. Or, in fact, wait. We might have seen this before. I don't know how this works with this aspect, because we actually don't have a charged attack. We can only do the super speedy attack. We can't use a charged attack when we have recently used the charge special. When we haven't recently used the charge special, we might have a normal charge attack. Okay, so I think this is just bad. This is what we're looking for, and we will rarefy.
Yes, done.
I mean, that in truth, the level and rarity of that I don't think matters all that much, because it's not really the damage we're looking for as much as it is the freeze. Help us more safely do the charge special, then cast, then spam the attack, ideally. Get back. There we go. Very nice. Okay, so we're now getting most of the pieces that we were looking for here, I think.
The path you face.
All right, and we had the duo. We just haven't had the chance to even see yet. Okay, so it's with Aphrodite. Your hex can be God-sent. You continually create heartthrobs that deal 80 damage. Okay. Then we can make it so we can do that one more time in boss encounters. Well, how much does this cost? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 7, 8, 9, 10. So we would not be able to get all the way up to one of these ones. I don't even remember what these are for this hex, because, yeah, we have rarely taken it. And the one prior time when we did, I don't know how much we upgraded it. Probably not much. During your hex, your cast has the same effect as your charged cast. That is one strange thing that admittedly I've not been optimizing around or, you know, doing as well as I possibly could, which is when you're using this hex, you get your own new abilities, but each of your abilities is changed and is different. So, like, you have a different attack, you have a different cast, you have a different special, all that stuff. And so, being more mindful of, hey, this one seems better than the other ones. Maybe I should focus on this, or in this situation, I should do this, rather than just going, oh, I activated the hex. Better spam the attack button to get the most out of this as possible. So, that is something to bear in mind. So, like here, rather than having a normal cast, you get a charge cast. Okay. That only matters if we are using the cast during that effect. During your hex, your attack gains the bonuses of your attack boon. That could be huge, because we have a really... Well, okay. It's not as high rarity as we would like, but we have upgraded it multiple times with the palm. And it is still a very high percentage boost. So I think this could be really good. So I think... Just check what we have here. During your hex, your attack is 25% faster. That would also work really well, because I think we could reach that, but we can't get there yet. Just out of curiosity. Yeah, so it basically seems like downward path is cast, upward path is attack, and I think we do want to prioritize attack, but let's do this middle path first for the Godsend. During your hex, you deal more damage. After using your hex, extra chance to dodge. Only 1%, so it's hard to write home about that, but that is still interesting. During your hex, your special deals critical damage to distant foes. Interesting. I think we will still go for that for now. We'll go here. And although short term, this is probably better. Wait, hold on. What did we get along the way? Charges up more quickly. Lasts a little bit longer. That honestly has been maybe my biggest critique of it thus far. Is that it doesn't last very long. So we could either get this and only have it last a little bit longer, or we can get closer. The reason why I'd probably like to go all the way toward this is because that might be the difference between a mini Selene boon getting us to this and not getting us to this. I think we do that. Last longer and deal more damage during it. Okay.
That should have done it.
Now let us see. It's mini-boss either way. Okay. Mini-boss for Demeter or mini-boss for Zeus? We have seen the duo Aphrodite Demeter many times before, because those are the two boon-giving goddesses that we have used most often. It's what? It's the shattering one. When frozen enemies have low health, they shatter, dealing 100 damage in and around them, and I think it also immediately kills that enemy. Whereas Zeus... Wait, what is our... I don't think it's possible to get a duo Zeus boon. It might be. Because I think one of the boons needs to be one of the primary categories, an attack, cast, special, or dash, which Zeus does not have any of. At least for one of the gods or goddesses with the duo boon, that has to be the case. But basically means if we were to go to the Zeus room, it would be either Zeus plus Aphrodite, Zeus plus Hephaestus, plus Demeter, or, again, plus Hephaestus. Couldn't be combined with Ares. I don't think that would be possible. But, I don't know. I think we still go here. Freeze duration might be the biggest thing we could find, but this is mostly going to be a matter of which mini-boss do we find. It's you, and I don't like you.
And take my blood.
I think the, Yup, you have that attack. I think it is the... And that counts as a block, even though it didn't really deal damage. It's a little annoying. But we should do this. Especially because this is Godsend. Oh, we don't have enough to do that. Okay, you're gonna do that. See you. There we go. Big bada boom from the hammer. And I think we had blocks, meaning that we didn't actually take any damage from that encounter. Might have used some from Golly, but this is not a bad time to cash one of those in.
In the name of Hades.
It is duo. It's with Hephaestus. Last effects from Hephaestus deal more damage to freeze afflicted foes. Just take a second, look at the alternatives, because freeze duration was what I was thinking about. Whenever we gather resources, we restore some life. We get a little bit of that right now. I mean, we aren't at full health, so that actually would be a little bit helpful, but the sequencing is what I'm thinking about here, because it means we'd want to freeze enemies and then hit them with the special, or with the dash. I think the key there is actually the dash, because usually it goes special first, then cast, then attack, then maybe dash. So I think this can still work. It means it's the dash that's getting the damage bonus. I guess that's still okay. It's honestly, it's not... I mean, it could still be good. Cool. And we may still get the extra... Obviously, it's rare. And we may get the freeze option later on from Demeter. So that's not necessarily all that rare. Echo, potentially with the chance to get more Hephaestus, or triple room with Hermes, Hephaestus, and gold. Now, admittedly, one thing I've not tested, and would be very helpful to know on this floor, is... does this count as just one room, or does it count as 3? Because this counts as 3. And that means we're getting closer to the final boss of this floor more quickly. Because obviously, this is only one reward. It's going to be, in all likelihood, less impactful than the combination of 3 rewards here. But are we comparing one room versus the rewards of 3 rooms, or are we comparing the reward of 3 rooms versus the reward of 3 rooms, in which case, okay, that means this is not so great. But I think we'll still do it.
Out of my way.
Oh. Nab this.
Wow.
There.
Was that Nemesis? It is Nemesis. What are you doing here? We've already seen you on this run. This is the first time we've seen her twice on the same run? I'd kind of like... Where is Echo? Nemesis? Where is Echo?
Expecting someone else.
Indeed.
Taking a moment to get my bearings. Was nice and quiet here till you showed up.
You haven't seen a gentle-looking nymph nearby, have you? She's often here on this bridge.
I honestly didn't realize this was a bridge.
Might be I scared her off.
Better not have.
Important things to do than chasing nymphs. Anyway, go on. The spirits in this place won't like us making nice. Here.
Okay. It's a double life. Hold on. Can we go into a room before she does and potentially take... Okay, that's fine. If you want to go there, that's okay. We'll take the hammer room. So yeah, I don't know if we've seen double Nemesis before. And relative to a potential bonus from Echo, I mean, oftentimes I talk about the doubling up on the previous reward because that's the one thing that you can potentially proactively plan around, although we took the dash, or rather the evade chance, I think last time, possibly even the time before that, and it proved to be more effective than we had given it credit for in the past. So, that would have been nice. Maybe. That would have been better. 2 hearts versus 1 Hephaestus boon. 2 hearts might be better. But again, I think the key question is, are we comparing that relative to the rewards of 3 rooms or relative to the reward of 1 room? Because 2 hearts in 1 room, good deal. 2 hearts from 3 rooms, not so good deal. The fact that we're getting only 2 rooms here makes me think that it did... This room we were just in only counted as 1, and that's why we, rather than having the usual 3 remaining here, we now only have 2. So that would make the most sense balance-wise, I feel like, but maybe this is more or less confirming our theory. One nice thing about fighting these guys first is it does mean You can farm up a bit of this stuff first. We just went into the smoke cloud, which slows things down. Surprised this guy took so long to arrive. One moment, please. Thought I got your attention. Certainly have now. Yeah, we're basically just using these guys to power up. And now the order in which we take them is not affected by the potential echo. Like in this situation, taking the hammer last would be meaningful, because if you got the chance to double that with echo, that would be a very big deal. But that is no longer on the table. Which means we probably do want to take it first. It doesn't deal damage, does it? Because obviously that's the second time we've walked into one of those, which I think... It's very rare that we walk into them at all. We haven't had a lot of time to test that out. Every time, man. That special looks like it's an enemy projectile. Ooh. Going Kitty, ideally without touching one of the thorns. There's another little bonus here.
Cold, take you.
Okay. Extra magic, not bad. Fight you just because you happen to give us another one of these guys. Which means before we've actually done any real encounters, we already have 10% bonus to our speed. Potentially soon to be 11. Make that 13. Okay. So now we'll go hammer first. Over here, this is a big area. Despite only having 2 main encounters in it. Okay, just checking for enemies in the corner that might have otherwise snuck up on us. Okay.
I've drawn them out.
No heart that cannot break.
Oh, and I totally forgot that lasted that long. Okay, oh no, I went straight into that and wasted a block. Okay, that was very silly. Managed that very well up until that last moment. Otherwise, that would have been a nasty combo. It was a nasty combo. The inability to see, plus the Banshee screaming enemy. Okay, so this is all special oriented. We saw something that gave us bonus damage to armor very early on, but I thought we passed on it. This is all hex stuff. We did take it. Attack and special deal bonus damage to armor. So, do this, and our special just does absolutely insane damage to armor, which, I mean, this late on in the run, there aren't going to be that many more armored enemies, even if we were to actively seek them out. Charge special files outward, then fires inward. Charge special we are using all the time. Charge specials have more power, and we take less damage while using them. I mean, these are much more along the lines of what we're looking for. The tricky thing here is that most of our damage from our special is coming from this burst, the hammer strike from Hephaestus, and it has a 10-second cooldown. So even if we're hitting twice with the special, we're still very likely only getting 1 hammer proc. So I don't know that that's actually all that meaningful or all that useful with this specific special boon that we have. Whereas this might be a little bit more useful. Has more upside, for sure. If it did somehow still hit the hammer twice, then that would be absolutely incredible. But I doubt that is the case. Basically, as I absolutely slam the analog stick, or analog button on the directional button, whatever it's called on the controller. Let's see. Basically, does this cooldown apply based on an individual hit or based on an individual use of the special? Because if we can hit absolutely everything with the hammer effect from just a single special use, then maybe it does still count when it circles back toward us, and that can hit as well, and then that would be absolutely insane. Alright, we're doing it. It might just completely be useless, or almost completely useless. I guess our base special damage would still apply, but I feel like it would be way too strong if the hammer truly is able to hit twice. Yeah, I don't really like the attack all that much with our Hex. I think the cast feels best, maybe the special.
You shouldn't have crossed me.
Okay, so now at this point we have half decent gold, and I do mean half decent, because here comes the penultimate room that would be the last shop of the floor, and we could buy a boon, and that's pretty much it. Maybe healing? If we were to get one more golden urn, might even need two to be honest for it to be meaningful at all. If you were to drop gold, I don't think you did. I think we're just going to come up a little bit short of an important gold threshold here, which we've been cutting it close enough for long enough. That was going to happen eventually. So, do we just take the free palm? I mean, the healing could be useful as well. We will get a little bit going into this room and then walking into the boss arena as well. So we're still not going to be full, but we'll be a little bit better than where we are now. I guess we try it. This could be a brick. Okay, at least it's a fishing spot. Potential for even more bones.
Is she to find?
I don't usually get commentary for this, I feel like. Threw me off for a second. Oh, long wait also almost threw me off. Okay. Ah, see, this is what I mean. If we had slightly more gold, we could double down on both the palm and the Aphrodite boon. We can afford Aphrodite plus the nectar, but that's not all that exciting. We will still go Aphrodite, I think. That still has the most potential here. Otherwise, palm on Flutterstrike in all likelihood, which at this point we know is only getting a 10% damage boost with each upgrade.
Hear me on my authority.
What can we get here? 2 duos. Whenever we collect this, we create a heartthrob. Ooh. Ooh, whenever our blast... These are both great for us, I think. Blast effects from Hephaestus also create a heartthrob that does 160 damage. So that would mean our dash and our special creates a 160 damage burst. Which, if you consider that those already have a burst damage effect from Hephaestus, that's a huge chunk of damage just by hitting enemies once. Whereas this... I think this is better. I know we haven't taken this yet, so for prophecy completion purposes, this would be better. But given the choice, I think we do this. If we get this again later on, that'd be incredible. But, you know, I don't want to be greedy here and act like I'm expecting 3 duo boons in the same run. 2 is still plenty. And I think that does mean that this room was definitely worthwhile relative to the free palm upgrade. Here comes Cerberus. I believe this is just the base Cerberus. Yes, looks like it.
At least that magma's gone for now.
Yeah, that's interesting comment there. Probably wouldn't have heard that had we not just fought Super Cerberus and then changed it back this time. Tried to mix it up a little bit, not just spamming the attack that time. What's the state of our magic restoration? Oh dear. It's it comes from picking up the heart throbs, right? Or rather picking up the plasmas. Dodge something? I don't even know. Ah, what do we have that does dodge? Hello. That was resist, which is probably a waste as well. This, I was trying to get you to phase. I know you were about to phase, but... Okay, remember, also, Cerberus can spawn back in, even when these guys are still here. Nope. I wanted to pick up the extra plasma. I'm pretty sure there's one over there. Oh, I walked straight into that. What are you doing? I was gonna say, you're definitely up to something. Look at this. Oh, okay. It might have been nice to have used it to avoid taking damage there, but no, okay, we're fine. Whoa, bad positioning for that. Somehow we avoided taking damage. I don't know how. Oh, okay, so much for that. It's okay. We get a lot of extra damage from other stuff, like that. Oh, hold on. When we're cut off, when we don't have cooldowns on Hephaestus, there we go. There it is. I guess that would be the downside of the duo boon that we took with Hephaestus plus Aphrodite.
The fire-spewing hound of hell grows momentarily quite calm, having detected finally the princess of the dead.
All right. Well, we might have taken a tiny bit of damage there, but again, Golly is subtle, but I think makes a big difference over time. In encounters like this, taking no damage, or basically no damage, pretty sweet. I don't remember if this guy was here in the alternate version of Cerberus.
You don't belong
here. Wait.
I can show you to a better place.
We actually compel him. I didn't even realize. This is taking way longer than usual, because this guy is super significant. This is our biggest fan. We must compel him. We got him. That's huge. That's actually huge.
As planned.
Okay. So now we are on to the final floor, which I think means we get a prophecy completed. We might need to technically step into the next room before that happens, but we heal everything off here. Then, alright, we took the Demeter keepsake, and it did work. It did do what we asked it to do. I suppose we'll go back to the Luckier Tooth, although honestly, you could potentially make the case for something like Knuckle Bones as a final floor keepsake now. And I mean, we've upgraded it once, upgraded it again, and you could make an even stronger case for it. I think probably the more Death Defiances you still have remaining, the more meaningful it is, because basically over the course of a long Guardian fight, it has more time for that 10% damage reduction to pay off. Whereas if you are hanging on by a thread and you just need to live slightly longer, maybe one extra instance of having a Death Defiance is more impactful. You know, having an extra 101 life might be more than taking 10% less damage. Although this does technically reduce some of the Guardian's health as well. I think we're still doing this, though. We will not overthink it too much. Okay. We don't need the healing anymore. We move 20% faster for 8 encounters. It only costs a tiny bit of gold. There is a chance that 10 gold could be the difference between us being able to afford something and not being able to afford something, but I think we take that chance. Because that's just a nice bonus to have for what very well may be more or less the entirety of this floor. I mean, you could make the case for selling this. I do think this might be our worst boon. And at this point, if we do encounter mini-bosses on this floor, which is a possibility, this could be helpful. I think we still keep it. I think we do. I think we're good then.
Here goes.
I think this will complete a prophecy. I forget what it gives us, but it's for bringing this hidden aspect down to this floor. Although, Usually, doesn't something pop up saying we finished a prophecy? I don't know. I thought it just said you had to get to this floor. Didn't think it said you had to actually win the run, but maybe you do. Maybe I'm just forgetting it, misremembering it. Maybe I'm just completely making it up altogether.
He has returned. Muster our defenses.
Try and stop me.
Try and stop me, indeed. I don't like it when you block that, though. Yoink.
Here for you, gorgeous.
Please don't block these attacks as well. Okay. That works. Anything else to pick up here? Oh. No question. That's big. Hey, what I'm seeing here, don't get me wrong, we are walking into a firing squad. But aside from that, that's not a great place to be standing either. But maybe we do this. Help get rid of you guys. And get rid of your armor. With the help of that boon that we chose not to sell. And now we get some extra Selene. 5 points. Okay, yes. That means during our Hex, your attack... So, as I was just saying, I do kind of feel like the attack might actually be the worst variety of skill when you have this effect active. Even if it's our best when we do not have the Hex active. But if we can apply our boon to our attack, then maybe that is a key difference maker. Oh, that may be how we saw ourselves dodging once before. So we might have had one of these previously. Now it might be a 2% chance dodge. Yeah, there's 1% there. 2%. I'm assuming it doesn't stack with multiple uses. Generally, I think we've seen with other bonuses like this, things like bonus damage after using Hex in an encounter. That has been a one-time thing. Not stackable, but that's still 3% total now? 3% total, it seems. Could get this. During your Hex, your attack is faster. That does make it more meaningful to go this route. Otherwise, we can go... We actually could go here if we wanted, but I do kind of prefer the cast in this altered state, but given how we've now significantly buffed the attack, I think we are best served going with that. Get more dodge. During Hex, deal more damage. Hex lasts longer. Deal more damage. Because it's unlikely we'll see more Selene in the future. It is maybe possible. If we get a full Selene, we'd get an additional 5 points, which means if we spend at least 1 point here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we can get the cast. If we spend both our points here, then we could get this and this. So I think maybe we do that. And the passives here, extra duration, extra damage versus extra damage, and, you know, the dodge. Maybe I would have preferred to have taken the dodge, but having it last longer is certainly not bad either. So, okay. That's good. Oh, this is also good. Just briefly double check for golden urns, which I don't think I am seeing.
It's me.
It is.
Golly, fetch.
There's actually a fair bit of
Nicely
stuff
done.
in here as well. Oh. Did that just give us a free healing item? Why, hello there.
Who else besides Prometheus does Kronos have under his thumb? I would know every last Titan or such ilk who deigned to turn on us.
Besides more rotting hordes of satyrs and such, the ones that come to mind include the Cyclops Polyphemus and Nyx's daughter, Eris, though she may be acting on her own.
Yeah. I mean, technically you could include Medea in that list as well.
Strife could never be controlled. Nyx knew only too well. As for that Cyclops, He and your uncle Poseidon have some history that may have spurred his impulses. Well, it is not yet the longest list of enemies, at least.
It's true. When you put it this way, it doesn't seem that insurmountable. You know, of course, we did exclude the father of all monsters from that list, and that's maybe an important addition. Okay, let's see. If you take damage, go dark and deal more damage for the duration. 5 seconds where we are undetectable and impervious. We've taken this once before. It's just kind of hard to time it and plan around it. Chrono summons fewer reinforcements. Whenever we use 60 magic, summon 3 soul urns around us, which do 200 damage. I feel like we have enough AoE damage abilities that just happen with stuff like our dash and our cast, basically all the Hephaestus stuff, that I don't think it would take that much effort to break these soul urns. So I'm pretty tempted by this option. My one hesitation is that our magic restoration is not quite as reliable as I might like it to be. Even if the plasma does have the magic restoration, it's a little hard at times to pick that up. I think we probably will still go for this though.
You'll be avenged.
Okay. Maybe this time?
The triple-headed guardian of hell does not wish to be troubled at this time.
Yeah, pretty doubtful in that case that this is going to work, but we're going to give it a shot.
Sorry, boy.
Yep. Well, can't say we didn't try. Alright, on to the next room. Nothing special in this one. Lead with that. Please stop that. Please stop. Oh my goodness, did you see that crossfire? Really sure who I want that to hit. Probably wouldn't have had it be you, but you know, it could be worse. Ooh, okay. What if we do some of this? Now the attack is very good, theoretically. Oh, okay. Apparently right as we were losing that, we took a hit. Oh, that was the second to last enemy as well. That's unfortunate because we did waste a block. And we definitely can't do that, nor would we want to, in all likelihood. Whereas this, you could make a better case for it. More enemies, chance for some gold. I don't know how quickly we realistically could clear this out. We're up at 400 now. Of course, we're going to see a super shop at the end of this floor, and so 400 at a super shop really is not that much. But I feel like I'm more tempted to, or it could be more rewarding to skip this and then go in here. However, this would be a new mini boss, I believe, one we've not seen, because it does have that little piece of paper icon next to it. So it could be challenging. We know there's Ratman. There's Armored Ratman is one of them. I'm trying to think of what another one could be. Probably one of the shielded guys. Like the shield and spear dude. More powerful version of that would be my guess. Which could be a bit of a pain, but you know what? We're going to give it a shot. We're going to give it a shot. Is that what it is? No! This looks kind of terrifying. Oh my goodness. Okay, he creates a lot of money, and then does this, which I'm sure is horrible. How do I escape that? How am I supposed to escape that? The answer should have been like this. No, oh, that does so much damage. And this is about to do so much damage as well. Come on, just get rid of his armor. There we go. That's the key. Okay, so yes, this did prove to be very powerful. I'm surprised the number just keeps on going up here. That's not the amount we're doing with each individual hit. That's the cumulative amount, so it's not as crazy as it seemed. Okay, we've now tested what may have been the final of the mini-boss fights here. It took us a while before we opted to take this one on, and perhaps rightfully so.
Pure glimmering gold. metal shunned by the true king of the underworld, not just for its softness, but because it was favored by his Titan father. A stark reminder of a bygone age.
Oh.
It's shiny, but so what?
Right? But there is a prophecy fulfilled. Okay, because I think that is for us having now fought the last of those mini-boss-like enemies, so it's at least a reason to have done that. Now, of course, we are suddenly in somewhat significant need of healing.
Olympus, I accept this message.
As for what this gives us, magic primed, yes, 1 instance of damage avoided. Feel like that's one of the ones that the earlier you get it, the better it is. Likewise here. Because the amount of damage this mitigates just builds over time, much like what we see from Golly. Whereas if you do it at the very end of the run, which is basically where we are, sure, it means we don't get hit once by Kronos, but I mean, that's helpful, yes. Is that a game changer? Probably not. Especially since it would probably be his first hit, so it's not like it's going to be some super powerful one in all likelihood. And this, I think, just doesn't have time to proc even once, so it is completely useless. And I don't know that we really are going to use charge casts at all. I think we have 2 rerolls left. I think we use 1 here, and then we try to save 1 for the super shop.
Infinite possibility.
Okay, that's just a worse version. Charge attack does more damage, but uses more. This would charge special, that'd be incredible. Honestly, might be this. It's not exciting. It's also one that probably is best long-term if you get it early. But given how much damage we just took, getting some health back would be kind of nice, and then it might give us the ability to get slightly more health back later on as well. It's any resource. Okay, not just seeds. I feel like I didn't notice in the past. Oh, I also didn't see this.
Prepare, fishy.
To be caught.
Victory.
Quick one.
I called a Stixion.
Okay, so yeah, now that has healed us even more. So that is nice. Ooh, okay. If we hadn't just taken a bunch of damage, a Trial of the Gods would be tempting. We did just heal off a fair bit of that damage, though. So maybe it's risky, but the potential payoff is still pretty huge. Now, if there's any resources we can pick up before we even do this, that'd be great. Does gold from golden urns count as resources? As a resource that would restore health with that boom we just picked up? I kind of doubt it. Okay, so who do we want to get mad at us? I think is the primary factor to consider here. Aphrodite, it's heat-seeking. Hearts, think Demeter's just straightforward circles on the ground you gotta avoid. Potentially either one. Which one do we benefit more from in the short term? I couldn't really tell you. I think we are potentially in duo or legendary boon territory for either of them, though of course those are rare, so it's unlikely for them to happen. Let's go Demeter for the freeze boon. I think might be the most helpful thing we could get right now. And we do get it. Okay. Yeah, I think this is the best option for us now.
If pride and vanity are truly weaknesses, then I'm about to let myself be very vulnerable with you here.
Alright.
We fickle gods.
Oh, we do have the extra damage to armor. Excuse me. We're not done here, though. We can do this. Kind of like to do it on you, to be honest. I'd rather not be standing there when it expires, though. Excuse me. Oh, the magic for it. Oh, I don't even know what I blocked. I'm amazed that we still had a block. But I think we now lost our last one. I mean, honestly, one block in order to get an extra room with 2 boons in it that we otherwise would not have gotten at all. Probably still worthwhile.
That I'm prone to fits of passion, and I'd not have it any other way. But you could have it differently next time.
See, I don't think we actually took any damage. Deal more damage when we have at least 80% health. Bonus is doubled. Use magic, create a heartthrob. Gain extra life and max life, max magic, and for the rest of the night. That would probably be my choice. I wish it was higher rarity. We have 1 reroll left. We could use it here. As I said, I mean, there's definitely something to be said for saving it for the super shop at the end, but there's a chance that for whatever reason, that's not all that meaningful on that occasion. Well, this is a normal rarity Aphrodite encounter, whereas in a super shop, if we pay the big money for the item, there is a chance we can get a higher rarity duo or higher rarity boon of some variety, and then if we reroll that, we have a higher chance of seeing things like duo boons or legendary boons show up. So maybe for that reason, we take this, keep it simple. It's not dramatic, but it does help a bit. And then it's just a normal room. So yeah, we have seen ourselves running out of magic on a few occasions here. Especially if we use it when it's maybe not super necessary on that occasion. Please stop that. You made rats. This is unacceptable. I will never forgive you. Oh, there are a lot more. Yeah, like saving our big moves for right now would perhaps have been a little more useful, but there we go. Okay, so yeah, that room didn't have any end reward. No extra resources either, and remember, we would get bonus healing from that too. No choice but to go here. Oh, that's a shade we can compel, which I believe would count, I think, as a resource. Feels a little bit weird to phrase it that way. Oh, there's some armor there. We could, or rather, some marble, I should say. We could definitely do. Definitely count. Hello there. You would like to just stand still. That would be great. Oh, in fact, that's probably not a coincidence. That probably was coming from the freeze effect. Please don't block that. I'm surprised we still have that. Yeah, the freeze is pretty huge here. As you can see, the duration on that is pretty insane already. That is usually one of our key go-tos. Okay, so we do this. And that does give us a lot of healing. And then this might as well.
Let me help you.
That's a lot of steps. Means they're going to be fast. Basically, the more steps there are, the quicker each individual one is. Whereas if there's only a few, it's a long period for each of them. Okay. Now we're going here, and yes, that did heal us as well, so we're back up at full. Yeah, a little bit of that stuff. This stuff as well. It's just all rat men. This should be illegal. And he made rats, to the surprise of no one.
Need to recharge.
No heart that cannot break.
Who's left? More people than I would like there to be. Okay, this is just enough to do this. Oh, I just sat there and ate that. There we go. That was silly to just face tank that projectile. I saw it coming and everything, and it just did not... I don't know, the brain was not working there. Okay, so potentially up to 100 more gold. We are currently just below 1,000. There is a chance that 1,000 could be an important threshold. There's always a chance there may be a golden urn in the next room. That's not something we should rely on, but I think we just go in. Yes, there is... We're not going to get the full 100 out of this, of course, but getting 19 out of it, it's a decent chance. What are the chances that's going to be the difference maker? I don't know, but there is also the chance we take a little bit more damage, and so weighing between those two things... Okay. Yeah, because we actually can't buy much here. And it's not like we would have been able to get the nightmare anyway. Okay, so this is the high rarity boon that we were anticipating. We'll try this first, and then we'll potentially re-roll it. With our one re-roll... Wait, actually... So that's what? 700? 800? Oh, okay, yeah, no, we can afford everything. In which case, I think we still want this first. Because attack boon may still be the go-to here, and that is an option. Let's just see, yeah. Cast is here for the freeze effect, not really for the damage. The plasma dropping more frequently, honestly, you could make the case this is the best option. We could also reroll. But this is... Oh, well, no, we want to save the reroll for the boon itself. But getting these to proc more often in a super long encounter like this upcoming boss fight not only means we can stack more of the speed bonuses, but it also means we can more reliably sustain our magic, which we did find in some cases can be a little bit tricky to do. So that versus obviously just having more damage, and this does also apply when we're in our hex state. I think these are pretty close. I think... Guess what it is. I think you could make the case either way. Okay, now we go here. This is where we're potentially going to reroll, except deal more damage when we have more max life. Not even full life, max life. Bonus damage per 50 life. Don't have that much life, although there is a double heart that we're about to pick up, right? And we have the extra life from the common Aphrodite. Now, of course, if this were high rarity, it would be more impactful. We now know. Who is this a duo with? Is it Demeter? Otherwise, deal more damage. Well, we have a lot of life. That bonus is doubled. Not going to happen very often in Chronos fight. If we use a lot of magic, we create a heartthrob. With a lot of magic restoration, this could have been, like if we'd gone the other route, upgraded the magic restoration, this might have been something you'd make the case for, but I think it still is.
I accept this gift.
It's just, that's only, wait, how much is it exactly? What was the math? Oh, it's 10% bonus for every 50 life. Okay, so that actually is a pretty big deal, especially once we do this. Okay. Yeah, that's not bad. And technically we do benefit from this, even if it's extremely overkill. Gets us closer to our next Charon card. Obviously, we just got one, but next one is slightly closer. Okay, so we're going in. Full Death Defiances. Full health. That is nice. We now have a fair bit more. Yeah. Wow. Okay. That's... Yeah, that was definitely the right choice. But we'd like to do charge special and then spam attack. Maybe some cast thrown in there as well. The question, of course, is how much is the mana going to hold up here? We can potentially get some of it back with the plasma, which maybe in a long fight we can get a decent bit of, but we shall see. This is the prophecy we were looking for. Okay, we did need to get all the way to the end.
I thought all the chthonic gods opposed you openly, but you persuaded Eris of all creatures to your side. A laughable alliance, though not bad for sowing more destruction and dissent.
Now, one of the reasons why we chose to go down on this run was in part for that prophecy that we just finished, although also because we thought that maybe this would be a run that if we succeeded, would make some important plot-related thing happen, given how we are at or near 10 successful runs going down. But I was suspecting that would have something to do with the fates, so this talk of Eris is a little concerning, because that's not the direction I wanted us to be going in right now.
I'm owed credit for a great many things, my girl, but not for any such alliances with strife. What use have I for Nyx's youngest whelp? Although perhaps she is no fool, if she has rallied to my banners, as you say.
It's a little bit interesting, if Kronos truly didn't even know that Eris was working with him now. Okay, we're going straight into it. Yeah, that was not the best way to use a resistance. Also, could sneak in here. This would have been a fantastic time to do that. Maybe I will do this, in part because it gives us dodge the rest of the encounter, so the earlier we do it, the better in all likelihood. And it wasn't really a great time to... Oh, that was horrible timing again. Even if this was not really the best time to use it for attacking Kronos himself. Yep, I knew that was coming. Oh, just barely avoided it. So if we can... Okay, let's do this again. If we can farm some plasma on him, that would be great. He has a lot of health, so we can hit him a lot, and our attack is very quick. Oh, whoa. There's a gravitational pull. Here, not getting... Oh, I knew that was coming. Should have not done that.
Do cut it out.
Okay, now he can... Can he do double attacks? Actually, may not be able to. Now he definitely can. As he just demonstrated. Double or triple, for that matter. Ooh, that was bad on many levels. We don't really want to be in there when he's doing that. Oh, Ratman, get out of here. Not a fan. Glad we got rid of you quickly. 1, 2. Other Ratman. Don't have the magic to do that anymore. Oh, I did not even see you were doing that. Also, might not be the worst time to do that if you're a little bit quicker about it. One, two... Okay, do a third. On that occasion. 1, 2... Also no third. Ooh, that was close. Hammer still on cooldown. 1, 2, 3. Bad place. Better place. Plasma. I don't know if the plasma carries over to the next phase, to be honest with you. 1, 2, 3. That would be very helpful to know. I did kind of dash into that attack. I don't think we took damage. Thankfully. I am so tempted to transform into Hex form, because it does work in some cases, but I wasn't sure if it worked with this specific Hex, so I opted not to. This may or may not be safe.
Angry now, are we?
Did he say angry now, are we? No, that was bad. That was unfortunate timing. Plasma here, which makes us faster, but also gives us extra magic restoration, which is helpful, because it does mean we have another window now. I think that was maybe still worth doing. Maybe shoot this. I still don't understand that. Some moves, it's just very unclear to me. When they have the circle on the ground, does that mean I'm supposed to stand here, or does that mean I'm not supposed to stand here? Sometimes it goes one way, sometimes it goes the other. I didn't even use doing a third attack, I got stuck in that animation. That's annoying. Oh. don't stand there either. Oh my gosh, that was horrible on several levels. Okay, so like this, for example.
You can see yourself.
Did deliberately go immune to avoid that. Okay, I'm stuck. Plus, I'm going to use Death Defiance, but that's okay. We're kind of accepting that's going to happen at some point at this stage. That was closer than I would have liked it to have been. Oh, we dodge because we have a chance to dodge. Okay, so again, don't know how it works. Dodge out, question mark. Dodge out, question mark. Seems like that's the move. Do this again. Mostly for the immunity, to be honest. So I still don't know how this works. This is the one that always gets me. Apparently you dodge out at the last second? Something like that? Oh, that's gonna be Death Defiance? It's about to be. I like that plasma, please. Oh, it spawned right on top of me, the clock hand. That's a bit annoying. It was a Death Defiance, but as I said, kind of accepted that that was gonna happen fairly soon. Please aim it at him. This. There we go. We got him.
Goodbye again. Only for now, my girl.
Okay. Maybe not quite our smoothest fight against him, but we certainly still had what it took to get the job done.
Do not presume. You won.
But as I said, the main reason for us going down here on this run rather than to the surface or even going over into the Chaos Trials is because we were hoping to see something special plot-wise happen. Maybe that'll be the case once we get back. Also, I'm just realizing under the where it says victory, it says dynamic duos. Is that a description that dynamically changes depending on what you set up on your run? Because we certainly had plenty of duo boons. We had 3 of them. Wait, did we have 4 of them? 1? Oh no. Oh well, yeah. If you consider the Hex duo, then technically 4. So yeah, you could say that was the defining feature of this run. Or is it just a coincidence that it says that? I don't know.
There it is.
Obviously, we had to be in Hex form when we did that.
Such power.
Does it change our voice as well? Because that did not sound like the usual Malloy when we did that. I was still in our Hex form when it happened, so that may be the case. That's cool.
So numerous are the travails of dread Millennium that one can scarce begin to fathom them. But on some evening, fathom them we shall.
Return to Shadow now.
Okay, that phrasing was interesting. Maybe I'm reading too much into this, but it felt like it was kind of trying to imply, hey, you've done everything you can do plot-wise with successful runs going down at this stage, and it won't be until once we get the full release that you can actually progress further by doing this. But I don't know. Maybe we'll get a few more answers here.
So that's the way it is. Can you believe it, little one? I did it. I got him. What now?
So yeah, I'm pretty sure that is now at least
Took you long enough.
10 successful runs going down, which again, I have no definitive way to know that that is going to be the important threshold for deciding when you have figured out all you need to find out to actually permanently defeat Kronos once the full game does get released, but seemed like that was likely to be the number.
Those who gaze into my eyes are forever doomed to suffer as I did.
As I did? Remembering your past, perhaps? Or not. Maybe not.
My goal.
A step toward your goal.
Oh?
When you and I first met, you were searching for the Fates, but you discovered me among the shadows. I can navigate back to the crossroads that way, but you can go farther?
Mm-hmm. And I've said before that I thought Chaos would be the one who might give us the answer for how we ultimately defeat Kronos, although now that we are starting to have this conversation with Moros, suddenly I feel like Moros is, if not numero uno, then probably numero dos on that list.
I can, yes. I'm from the deepest reaches of the underworld, where there exists no light at all. The chasm from which all creation sprang a while back.
Oh, wow. Well, that is the place where Chaos is.
I suppose even if one knew the Fates resided in such a place, they might still prove difficult to find.
Difficult, though not impossible as we now know.
Oh, okay, but we'd gone a little while without any mention of the Fates, which again is sort of the thing that I'm thinking we're trying to work our way toward. Now that topic is coming back up, which is encouraging. We have finished a few more prophecies, reached the lowest depths with the aspect of hell, that is the skull weapon that we were just using, and the phrasing here is a little ambiguous, so I'm glad that we have now confirmed it's not just getting to the beginning of Tartarus that you have to do, because that's what it seemed like. Apparently you need to enter the Kronos fight. Technically you don't need to defeat him. Defeating him is technically a bonus, but there's at least one other aspect. It might be that every hidden aspect, there is that specific type of prophecy for it. So, one thing with this aspect that I really like, but there's at least one other hidden aspect that I'm not a fan of, so, oh no.
Frozen queen bearing Reval. Who is she?
Don't know that we're gonna be getting those other ones. And this is for having defeated now all of the mini-bosses, at least, or wardens is the technical term, at least in the underworld. I think there might be a different version of this prophecy for doing this on the surface.
The underworld is your home, and you its protector.
Okay, so 2 prophecies done. Even if we may not have gotten any sort of significant plot progression, I suppose that is still significant in a different way. And a successful run is a successful run, one way or another. Hold on.
Shades of the Crossroads, greetings.
Oh, Dying Wish Sunshine? Oh no, that's so sad. Oh, hello. What's up, Charon?
I shall, Lord Charon.
Indeed. Ooh, our shipment has arrived.
Some nightmare.
It's Nightmare. Ooh, very nice. Well, if you consider that shipment, plus the nightmare we got from defeating Hecate on that run, we did get a full refund on the investment we made on that weapon aspect. So, okay, we can't quite afford this. Oh, but hold on. Hold on. We sell both of our fishies. Suddenly, we can, and we're net positive, baby. Look at that. Incredible. Now, we are also generally kind of low on nectars, that is perhaps the single biggest thing that we have not done a lot of progression with. So, not that expensive. Given the opportunity, I think we should probably pick those up when we can. Okay. Now, as for our next shipment, a Nightmare, when you can afford it, I think it's generally going to be the best option. Moondust. Didn't we made one upgrade at the beginning of the run today? But otherwise, we have upgraded almost every Arcana card, at least the ones that we like to use. So I'm not really sure there's that much to be gained from using this right now. Otherwise, Fate Fabric, kind of similar story there. There might still be a few things that require that. Psyche, I think we're pretty much done with it. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just Nightmare pretty much any and every time we can get it at this stage, unless there's a new recipe we find out about that requires other things.
Excuse me, I'm on duty still, as you can see.
Oh, I see you're back.
Lots of shades around.
Well, I was just thinking that, what with us having picked up an extra nectar, perhaps that means Dora and Odysseus. Those are the 2 that we've been working on the most.
Fool! I am not susceptible to mere baubles such as this.
Just kidding. Totally susceptible. Gimme.
I do think Dora and Skilla, I think, are the two characters who are the best written / acted. They're really good.
At last I have discovered a vulnerable point in your defenses.
Okay. Take a peek here. Making some progress with Dora.
Take it easy.
And hopefully Odysseus is here, otherwise can't cash in the other one, at least not immediately. Okay. Still waiting on this. We have the 10 Zodiac Sand, which feels like that may end up being the ultimate price of this, but who knows? Also, are we going to lose the Zodiac Sand once the full release happens? I don't know at this stage. Otherwise, this S read, I forget what the S stands for in this case, but that comes from the surface, or rather the summit. So I'm a little reluctant to give that up, because that is pretty hard to get. The Ambrosia, a little hesitant to get rid of that as well. Also, yeah, this is just a very minor convenience that we gain from doing that. If anything, getting more of the morsels might be worthwhile, because I think we can still further upgrade our familiars. Potentially by a fair bit at that. But that would require nectar that we may still be waiting to use. Yeah, because Odysseus is here.
I wanted to ask you something, Headmistress. All these reagents I've been gathering, taking from the Earth, from Mother Gaia, how can I make it up to her?
Interesting.
Well, you can start by not wallowing in senseless guilt.
Well, I mean, it was a reasonable concern, okay?
Would reveal her abundances to you if she believed you would not put them to good use.
Okay, fair enough, though.
But you taught me never to take more than I need. Now I'm taking everything in sight.
It's true.
And Gaia knows you'll need all that and more. Fear not, your plunder returns whence it came through your craft, if not your garden there.
Okay. Interesting perspective.
Closer to victory.
We are indeed. Hold on, let's gift first.
You know, I journeyed far and wide throughout my mortal days. Met great mortals and even greater gods, but never could I have imagined ending up here, only to receive such a handsome gift from one such as you.
Oh, why?
They say life takes strange turns, and so apparently does death, Odysseus. Whatever the fates may have in store, I hope you'll always be nearby to lend your counsel.
Alright, take a quick peek. It seems as though we would very soon be able to make some important steps regarding our relationship with Odysseus. That means it will start to use some of those rarer resources, so we'll hold on to the Ambrosia. I think we still have a fishing lure as well. The bath salts, we might need to pick up one of those, but I think we can buy them from the broker over there as long as we have some bones, and at that point, hopefully, we will. As for the normal conversation with Odysseus...
You must be Charon's finest customer. I reckon he enjoys the frequent visits to the underworld in his way. At least it's mostly cargo shipments now, not just confused, complaining shades of the recently deceased.
Oh, is it really? I never thought of that. It's shipments of goods instead of shipments of shades and people.
Did you accept your death with dignity when it was finally your time, Odysseus? You seem as though you would have clung to life with all your might.
Oh, I'd gotten on in years by then. Still didn't care much for the circumstances, not that anybody does. Though I did appreciate the opportunity to meet the fearsome boatman at long last and ride into the underworld the proper way.
Honestly, I don't remember how Odysseus dies. I don't remember.
You've mentioned that you'd gone into the underworld and back while you still lived. Lord Charon didn't take you then?
He certainly did not. A tale for another night, perhaps.
Okay. Oh, lots of stuff. Harvest here. In yeah, what is that? Oh, that's one of those really rare items that I was just talking about. Oh, what was that seed? Is that seed for the olives?
Some cattails.
Okay. In which case, oh, we got a mystery seed as well. Okay, let's do the origin seeds.
Grow strong.
Those are from Chaos. I don't really know how often we have recipes that require those, but I assume they're generally still one of the rarest things. This is from Tartarus, so that's rare. Throw that in. Then, yeah, it's wheat seeds, nightshade, cattail, mystery. Let's go mystery. That probably has the highest upside out of all the remaining things. Then wheat. And I don't remember how many cattails we have. Okay, I think that's everything here. Okay. The game really wants us to use the staff as the bonus weapon, although didn't we get a bunch of bones from room rewards that time? So it kind of made up for it in that way.
Certain she'd prevail.
Why am I not convinced?
I must salute the bearer of the Argent Skull. Would that my own cranium were thusly reinforced with silver and could explode with such spectacular results.
Do you really want that?
One good skull deserves another.
There. There you go. A little dark, but I guess that's what Maloney is saying. Also, we got you to come back here. I was going to say, you are a special looking shade, but that's not the one we were really looking for. The one we were really looking for is you, because you're our biggest fan.
I think you'll like it better here than Tartarus.
Oh, he gave us the smile. Okay, but you.
Good shade, you made it here.
I hope you stay. I hope you stay and you don't just leave after our next run or get replaced by a different shade. That shade has lore, I'll have you know. Also, I didn't mean to send those shades running after Skelly, and almost did that for you, which might have been a bad thing. Also, what's that guy doing? Looked like he was collecting rain in a little bowl.
Kronos on my father's throne far below. Typhon threatening Olympus far above.
Didn't really intend to do this, because it was just right next to the shade who looked interesting. But there you go. It is a great view. That'd be a good desktop background image. Something like this, either this right here or a little bit earlier as it was scrolling up. Maybe I'll switch that to the thumbnail background. It is a tempting idea. Okay, well, obviously that was another successful run going down, and we have had our fair share of those as of late, but I am now starting to wonder if there is much to be gained from continuing to do that. So as for what we do next, I think it is probably at this point either a surface run, or it may be time for us to shift gears back over to Chaos Trials, perhaps until the next update, which would be the full release. So not entirely sure, but thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you next time.